Hey, assalamu alaikum. I'm really sorry for delaying this episode because I have been really busy lately since the holidays. I was unwell. I had a lot of essay to complete it, and my daughter wasn't feeling very well, so I was just like taking a break. And not only that, I'm renovating the house inside, so it's kind of like hectic in here. So with all that, you end up feeling like where should I put my stuff and do this episode in an environment that it's safe for me, and it look good and not destructive. So as I said before, I'm sorry about delaying the episode, and I'm hoping that I will continue to upload every week. But I still have a lot of things to do. So, just in case if the episode is delayed, I apologize. As I am building this channel, I don't want to disappoint you guys. I want you to know that I'm always here and I am human, and sometime I'm going to have a low and the highs. So we need to like bear that in mind, that we are all have to take our time sometime and relax and recuperate. So as I'm coming back from all this, like I said before, on this channel, I want to build a community where I can talk and we can talk about anything and everything that affect our mental health. Not only personal experience, not only financial or other issue, but everything. It can be politicals, it can be cultural, it can be anything that's end up impact in our lives. We have to discuss this issue. So we are going, as we are starting on my own experience, my personal experience, because I want my audience to understand that nothing that you experience is going to feel new, and it probably won't. And many people already experience the similar situation. The only thing is that learning from each other on how to progress and how to do things properly. And I know it's difficult sometimes to hear from a stranger telling you that, oh no, you need to take your time, you need to sit down and process all the things that you are feeling. And I know it's difficult that because I experienced all of that and I was feeling really, really frustrated. And I felt like nobody's listening to me. I felt like I was alone. And to tell you the truth, I did feel I was really alone. But then at the same time, that's why I'm starting this channel. I don't want you to feel the same way as I feel. I want you to know that there are people like you. There are people like me. There are people everywhere who are going through the same thing that you are going through right now. So let's go back to where we were. So I was where I just ended my relationship, and now I was left with three young children. They were all under 5, and I was like having health issues. And out of all that, I had resentment, I had hate, I had anger, I I felt everything in me. And it's like I know it's difficult for a mother to say that I was feeling all these emotions towards my children who I know I loved. It was difficult, but because I understand that there is something wrong, I decided to seek for help, because I knew that it's not normal for a person to just feel that resentment, to feel like you giving up. You feel like your children are the barrier there is between you and everything else. It's like I felt different things. I felt many things. And it's like I couldn't explain how I was feeling because I thought something is wrong inside me. But also at the same time, I was feeling like, how can this be normal? How can I dislike the children I brought in this world? And I started talking to a friend of mine, and they were really helpful. And I explained to her the feeling that I'm feeling. I said that I feel so disconnected. I feel like I'm not really there 100%. I feel like my children are a burden to me. And I know I shouldn't be feeling this. And I know deep down I love them. But at the same time, I have these feelings. And she said, oh, have you heard of postnatal depression? And I'm like, huh? What is that? And she said, oh, you didn't? I said, no, I had it after, like, I have a baby. When I go to her visitor, they ask if you feel this, you feel that. And most of the time, I thought that, no, this is normal. When you have a baby, you haven't been sleeping, you haven't, of course, you are going to feel a little bit low. But the, the problem wasn't me feeling low, it's me feeling disconnect. And that was really like terrifies me. I was really scared. And the reason why I was really scared, because I knew that something wasn't right. And I knew that I wasn't supposed to be feeling the way I was feeling, but I was feeling it anyway. So I had assessment, and after I had this assessment at emergency, like emergency GP, they end up saying that no, we are not happy with what we are seeing so far. We have to investigate further. So we are going to intervene by putting a crisis team. And for me, I was like, okay, any help is a good help. And I knew that, yes, I need to ask for this help, because if I'm not, I was really scared that what if something happened? What if I end up hurting my children? Although deep down you feel like, oh no, I'm not capable of doing it. But if your mental health is impaired, you can't really be 100% sure that no, you're not going to do it. So for me, I was like, okay, I know I need this. I know it's scary because I was really, really scared. And my biggest fear was like, what's going to happen? Am I going to be hospitalized? Am I going to have this? I didn't even think of what if my children are taken away from me. No, I didn't think stuff like that, because by then I was only thinking of I just want to get better. I just want to have control over my life, because I knew that I was spiraling. I was everywhere. Like my brain was all over the place. I wasn't focusing. And the reason I was so concerned is that there was this incident happened where I was like, okay, me and my ex, we were like on this process of separating, divorcing, whatever you call it. And I was on the phone. I was explaining to him that I wasn't feeling very well and all this. And I forgot that I left the oven open, like the oven was on. And on top of that oven, there was a wooden chopping board. And I didn't realize that the oven was on or the chopping board was on top. And out of all that, my children were in the house. And while I was talking on the phone, I just stood outside the back garden talking, and just like close my door a little bit, my back door. And I was like, oh, we're arguing and this and blah blah blah. And the the alarm didn't even go on yet. And then when I came in, the smoke was everywhere. Everywhere. The first thing I did, because my children were upstairs, so the first thing I did, it's like opening the front door, leaving the back door open. I went upstairs. I have two toddlers and an infant, so I had to rush them outside. And once they were outside, I had to go back inside and switch off the oven and make sure that everything is not escalating further. That day I cried so much. And the reason why I cried, because it's like while I was busy arguing, there was another incident happening in the house. And I wasn't really, my attention was so divided. And it's like my focus was more towards him than anything else. It's like I just felt like maybe there is a chance, maybe there is this, maybe he's you don't come back for me, but just help me with the children so I can have like go to the hospital, have treatments and all that. But everything I say, it's like I was talking to a wall. So for me, that was like a big wake up call. So when I went to the assessment, I've never mentioned this before. I just recently posted on my Facebook, like I think last year. But that day was my wake up call. And when I went to have this assessment and things, I knew that I have to be truthful because I didn't want to put my children in any kind of danger. Although I didn't talk about that, I didn't say about it, but I felt guilty inside. I felt like I put my children at risk because of a man who didn't really pay attention to me. He didn't really care about my emotions. He didn't care about my feelings or anything else. So when I went to this assessment, I had to be really brutally honest and say that yes, I think I am at risk of hurting myself and probably harming my children because I don't feel anything. I don't feel connected to them. I don't feel enjoyment. I don't feel anything. But I know my feelings shouldn't be like justification for anything. All I care about is for me to get proper help so I can look after my children in a way that I know is the right way. And that was the hardest thing I ever done. Ever. I cried. I felt like I failed as a mother. I felt guilty. I felt horrible. But sometimes taking this type of measure, although it's hard, but it's the good thing to do. Because you are not only putting your children at risk, you are not only putting yourself at risk, you are putting everyone else at risk. And for me, that was my point. I said, no, I don't want to lose my children. I don't want to end up hurting them. I don't want to end up hurting myself. I don't want my children to lose their mom just because of all this. I need to understand what's going on with me. And I knew that to do that, I need help and support from other people. And because I don't have any family member in England, it's really difficult to connect with people who are willing to help you in your own community. And I live far away from many people who are from the same country I come from. So that end up making a, a bigger challenge. but we still managed to continue with everything else.